part of this engine disassembly. This is a came out of a Volkswagen Beetle 1600, just in the middle of disassembly. And I stopped just before I cracked the case. There's some things I wanted to check on before I moved ahead. The only thing I did off camera was I took out these studs, and then I took out the number 4 connecting rod because it was seized on the crankshaft there. And I'll bring you over to have a look at that. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to crack the case, and we're going to take things out and have a good inspection on the inside of the case, camshaft, crankshaft, timing gears and all that sort of stuff, and just make sure that if anything needs to be replaced, we can address it now, and then yeah, we'll just kind of go from there. First things first, I'll bring you over and we'll have a look at these connecting rods and the bearings. Alright, so here I've got the connecting rod that came out of the number 4 cylinder, so that's the number 4 connecting rod. One thing I noticed right away, well, I should tell you, this was frozen on the crankshaft, and these are the bearings that came off of it. So my best guess, and maybe you can leave your best guess in the comments as well, is that we had some either contaminated oil, low oil pressure, that sort of thing, and it just burned up on this rod, and so we have some major damage. Lots of it looks to me like it just was so hot it started burning up, like it actually smells burnt. We've got some pitting and some damage along these edges and things like that, and the other thing I checked was just to see how these fit. And if I put that on, you can see and listen to that. So those are definitely rocking around in there. So a little disappointing because I'll have to get some new rods, connecting rods probably, but I'm not going to put anything in that's just going to cause me any problems later. So that's good to know and good to find out. I'll check all the other ones, but they're just, I think they've had a rough life, and so we're going to retire these ones and get some new ones. So yeah, we'll see what the rest are like. I bet they won't be as bad as number 4 because this is the one that was seized on there, but we'll see. Okay, so first things first is we're going to take care of this oil pump. We're going to take this off, try and gently take that oil pump out, and then we'll be ready to turn this and start taking out all of our case nuts, and then hopefully we can split this case. So the first thing we'll get after is right here is the oil pump, and I'm going to just try and clean it up just a little bit because it's pretty dirty down here. What is that? That's kind of weird. All right, try and bang that off. To kind of look and see if that's normal wear. Looks like it was put on one way and then another way. Okay. Let's try and get these gears out, if they will. That was a lot easier than I anticipated. VW stamp. It's another original part. Be correct. Looks like on that corner, does that look like it's just on those two corners from maybe turning, being driven by the cam gear or the cam whatever. Does that look like that's just worn there? Looks like it to me. And I think this is where I don't want to bung up anything between the case and the pump. Alright, this is one of the pieces I'm just a little nervous about taking out because I really don't want to damage anything down there. I'm sure it'll be just fine, but I just don't want to wreck anything. Okay. Progress. Well, I tell you, it's on there tight. If it wasn't leaking oil there before, it might now. Huh. Yeah, this is another original VW part. Would this be something that you would upgrade? How long can you use these things where they just aren't worth using again? Could use some advice on that one. I'll post to Instagram too, see? Right there. Was knocking it around. They're just so tight. I don't know. I will put it to the people and they will tell me. I'm thinking that when this got rebuilt, because I'm certain it has been rebuilt at some point, that whoever rebuilt it just didn't get any new parts. Which is fine. I mean, it's your rebuild. I think they just put together what they could. Now the trick here for me is going to be making sure that I've got all these bolts off before I try and split the case. So I'll have to try and be extra careful. I think there's a bolt missing right there. Anyways. last ones are these 17s, I think. Yep, that's what it looks like. All right, what's next? All right. Okay, so I've got this thing, supposedly a case splitter. These things for my lifters so they don't fall out when I successfully split the case. So let me take care of these first. And then this goes into where the oil pump was. Splits it open. We'll see. Putting these in, I know they'll just probably fall out, maybe not. But I'd like to examine each of the lifters separately in case I want to reuse them with the camshaft. These I want to put back where they originally were. So I think you just, like that. Wow, okay, easy. Let's rearrange you so you can see some things better. So we need to split the case. I know you can bang on it in a couple spots. You bang here, and then you bang there at the back. But I'm gonna try this little doohickey, and we'll see how it works. The case will split down there and up here, back there. It would be phenomenal if it just kind of worked exactly the way it's supposed to. So let me go get that stuff. Got my 5/8, not 15. Love it when they do that. So you stick it in there, then you snug it up. Oop. Go the right way. Snug, snug, snug. And supposedly as you turn this, these parts will expand, cracking the case. I see no reason why it won't work, so we'll just give it a try. There. Okay. How's your view? Get you closer. You can see it right when it cracks. Tell me when it's doing something. I can already hear right there. Didn't see it, but I could hear it. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Piece of cake. You do it with one hand.
Question is, how far do I go with this before I bang it off? This is exciting, guys. This is 100% all done just by me. Just need to crack it in the back now. Yeah, that's doing it. See? See that line there? That's opening right up. Good. This is going much better than I anticipated. So that's really good. I think there's a couple places where I'm safe to kind of pry in here. I think one of the spots is right back here. Ah, it's so loose it's just gonna come off now. All right, let me turn this and we can get ready to pop this off. Okay, gotta get my bin ready. This worked really good. I call that a buy. Okay, moment of truth. What am I stuck on here? Ooh. Three out of 4 lifters fell out. Okay. Okay. There's one. There's one. Okay, those are the lifters. I guess I won't really know where those went. All right. Before I take anything out, I will bring you in close for an inspection. Okay. All right, here's our quick inspection. First things first is all this junk. Whoever sealed this was really liberal with their sealant, or whatever that is, RTV. It's just, that can't be good, just floating around in there, I imagine. That looks pretty rough. Ooh, it feels really rough too. Probably got to get a new gear there. See what the wear on the camshaft is. I'd really like to reuse that. Same with the crankshaft. As we discussed, we'll get new connecting rods because these ones are, even in there, they're pretty, yeah. I know there can be some play in there, but I don't have my little feeler gauge or anything with me. Ooh, that's quite loose. That one's not. Wow. Wowzers, right there. Is that the bearing? No, because that's in there. What do you say, guys? Line bore? What do you say? That's, oh yeah. Okay. All right, let me put you back down and we'll look at some other things here. My hands are filthy. This looks in good shape. I mean, there's a little bit of wear, but this one feels a little bit worn. Take some pictures and put it to the people. Okay. Yeah, that little brass, is that the timing gear? Yeah, that little brass timing gear is just right chewed up. Looks really bad. All right, let's pull this out. Moving around quite a bit. Oh boy, man. Yeah. Talk about needing a line bore. The good news is I haven't seen, you know how those pistons were all busted up? There's no parts in here, no piston parts or anything, so that tells me, again, the guy, whoever put this back together, just threw in parts that were broken. These dowel pins are kind of loose-ish in there. That might be okay. Okay, so this out. Does that seem like even wear? So they say if you can feel, you know, anything in these journals here, like this one looks like it's gotta be 0.5 millimeter. 0.5 millimeter of wear. So I'll tell you what, we're gonna get this line board. It costs a little extra money, but that'll probably be worth every penny. Oh yeah, I got this little guy. At least I know kind of exactly what's happening with everything now. Makes me feel happy to have taken this apart. There. Got my two washers. My two washers with that little thing. That looks in good shape too. I'll reuse that little guy. Keep my washers with it. Lifters. Well, I need new ones anyways. That is as flat can be. So these should not be flat. If anything, they should have a little bit of a convex. So I should be able to rock these back and forth. See a little bit of light through them. But those are as flat can be. I bet if I got a straight edge out, those would be flat. So I'm not surprised by that, given the shape of everything else in here. I have a feeling that everything is going to be pretty worn. Okay, replace. Just for the heck of it, let's check these ones out. Jury's still out on the case still. I'm going to clean it and look for cracks. But I guess when I take it to the shop to get line board, maybe I can have them search for that too. Okay. Flat. Not seeing any light in between those. That's from the Tom Wilson book. He says put those together and you should be able to see some light coming through the edges there. So those are definitely right worn. Okay, add it to the list, right? All right, this was our number 4. And just feeling with my finger, that's very rough. Again, probably like dirty oil or some debris got up in there. And now that is just really rough in there. That's nice and smooth. bearing right there. Let's take our rods off and just finish the whole thing. Okay, this is from number 3. Bearings are looking, well, not completely destroyed, but we're definitely, I think we're definitely down to, sorry, that's hard to see. Definitely down to like the copper or whatever's down there. Really worn. So with this crankshaft, again, I want to really reuse some things. These are looking quite nice. I mean, a little bit of wear. It's just that number 4 one that's looking quite bad. So again, with our rods, we'll stick that in. Lots of rattling around. So definitely new rods. Okay, that might be all I'm gonna do for right now. You can see this is the number 4, how rough and beat up that one was. And I showed you the bearing that came off of that. No wonder it probably just chewed that right up. Now, keep in mind, I'd like to use as much as possible, reuse it. I will do some measuring and make sure that I'm within tolerances for, and make sure I'm not out of round or anything like that. But what do you think about reusing this and trying to resurface or clean this up and reuse it? How bad of an idea will that be? I know that's a loaded question, I get that. But all these others just look really, really nice. So, could I hypothetically resurface that and reuse this crankshaft? I'd love to reuse these parts, but I want to do it right. So, let me know what you think. What would you do? Another look here. That's just, like I can feel that easy. This is so raised it feels sharp. Same over here. And I think these get the most wear back here anyways. But I mean, that's so raised and beat up that feels sharp. So, you know, I'm definitely gonna line bore this case, make some calls, figure out who I can take this to and how much it's gonna cost and the what, when, where, and why and all that. So anyways, thanks for watching, everyone. This really feels like a big accomplishment for me. I've never done anything like this before, but I went into it having done a lot of homework, reading, watching videos, asking questions, and so I felt reasonably prepared for, you know, the things that I might find, what to look out for. But again, I might miss something. So if you see something that maybe I missed that you might say, hey, pay attention to that, or hey, go back and look at that. It looked like, you know, maybe you should look at this a little bit closer. Please let me know. I'd like to do this the right way, and I know there's more than one way to do the right thing, but yeah, this was really enjoyable. I really enjoyed this. It went way smoother than I thought it was going to go, but mostly because I usually come into things planning for the worst case scenario. That way I can be surprised when things go well, or, you know, I'm just like to be prepared. Anyways, that's it for now. The job now is going to be cleaning everything up, getting all this RTV garbage off of it, taking it to the machine shop, and getting my parts list going. I've already got it kind of going, and we'll see how much money this will end up costing me. I'd like it, well, let's just put it this way. I've got a number. I've got a number that I kind of budgeted, that I wanted to see if we can keep it right around that number. I won't tell you that number, because some might say too low, some might say too high. I think I'm in the right ballpark though, especially if I can reuse some of those parts that I won't have to replace. Anyways, that's it from me. Thanks for watching. Hopefully in the coming months you'll get to see me put this back together, and you'll get to see me start it up, and then in a year or two, when I get the rest of the project finished, you can see me go for my first drive. I'm really excited. Thanks for watching, I appreciate it. Go check me out at Annies_VW on Instagram. Tons more content there, little shorter videos. I post a ton of stuff so you can follow along with the build. And yeah, that's it for now.